is your name in relation to Cameron?
My name is Tara Williams, and I am Cameron's mother.
Okay. How old were you during the Indian Head trip, and how old are you now?
36, now 39.
Okay, so you were 36 then, and you're 39 now.
Yes.
How well do you remember the Indian Head vacation in August 2018?
I remember it very well. It was a really wonderful trip.
Can you briefly describe your experience there from your point of view, from like start to finish?
I can. It was like going there to New Hampshire from Rhode Island was honestly such a beautiful, exhilarating experience. It was, it was so nice because like just the air up there is different than Rhode Island air. And we also went with, it was me and Cameron's father and Cameron's siblings, which was his older brother, his younger sister, and then his little brother who was only like 2 at the time. And it was just a really great family experience. Especially we also met his dad's family from Florida, which Cameron actually has never met before. So it was really cool.
Okay. So what was your like most memorable moments and favorite moments from the trip in general with all those people?
It was just nice, like having like, especially Cameron, like meeting his aunt Angelica, which is his dad's sister. It was really cool. They had this really cool lookout tower that they all went on that they could see really cool stuff. Like right where we were staying at the hotel, you could see like the mountains in New Hampshire. You could literally see like an Indian carved face right from there. Including in the also hotel, you could actually go on like the paddle boats for free. Like it was part of the hotel visit, and you can like literally just paddle wherever you want. And we actually all went on it, and we paddled all the way, like kind of like a little bit far down to the other side of the river. And when we got off the boat, and there was like this beautiful like river that was just like a flowing like river that you see on the TV that you could see like a grizzly bear like on the other side possibly like, catching a fish to say. So I mean, it was just a great little place.
Okay, that's good to hear. Do you feel as if it was a good family bonding moment, and did you feel closer to everyone after the trip, knowing that like there was all those people, including our family, Uncle Donnie and Aunt Angelica?
I do. I feel like it was a great bonding trip, which needs to happen more often than it does. Those are the things that like make families closer, and I feel like it was just overall a great experience. And it was really good for the ones that also didn't meet Angelica, and then also the ones that met her but didn't really meet her unless they were babies. And definitely to happen more often.
Okay, and then after the Indian Head trip, basically we split up kinda, and then we went to Whalestail. So how was that?
Whalestail was an awesome experience as well. It was a really cool like water park that was like literally like 3 minutes down the road from the hotel. I mean, it was kind of like a crappy day, but they did have cool stuff there. I kind of like didn't really get to go on too much, but because I had like the 2-year-old baby with me. But the other kids had a great time, and it was definitely a cool little water park.
Okay.
That was actually a choice from going to Clark's Trading Post. We chose the water park instead, but it definitely was a cool experience.
Okay, and then finally, what would you rate the trip overall from 1 to 10?
I would rate it a 9 because I think anything going into New Hampshire and Maine is definitely a great experience for anybody, for kids, just to see like a different, like kind of like outdoorsy feeling. It's a whole different kind of air, it's a whole different kind of atmosphere, and there's so much more to do there. So definitely recommend New Hampshire vacation.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
Hello.
What's up?
What is your name in relation to me, Cameron?
My name's Tyler, and I'm your brother.
How old were you during the trip, and how old are you now?
16, and now I'm 20.
Alright. How well do you remember the Indian Head vacation in August 2018?
Very well.
Can you briefly describe your experience there from your point of view, from like start to finish?
It was a fun road trip up there, and we got to see our family, Dad's brother, and your cousin Chase. And we got to do a couple activities. We went on a boat, hike, climbed to top of a sky tower, and saw the whole land of New Hampshire. And we also had a campfire.
Alright. And then, what was like your most memorable or favorite moment from the Indian Head part of the vacation? With like, you know, all those people, like,
Just the adventure itself.
like specifically a moment, or like favorite a few moments if you wanna.
The campfire.
Okay.
I like fire in camps.
Did you feel as if it was a good family bonding moment, and did you feel closer to everyone after the trip, to like Aunt Angelica and Brian and, you know, just the whole family in general, since you never met Aunt Angelica and Brian really much?
Yes,
Since-
of course. I've got to meet new parts of my family I never met before ever since I was a baby in Florida. And, you know, it was nice seeing her and her fiance and what
Who
kind
are
of life
now
she
married.
lives. Yes.
Yeah, because they just got married. And then after the trip, we kind of split up, and we went to Whalestail. So how was Whalestail? Briefly describe that.
The next day was a lot of fun, even though we didn't get to go river rafting with the rest of them. The next day, we got to do another activity with just the family.
Yeah, core family. And then, what was it like though? Like, how did you feel about the water park? Your experience there? What happened?
I thought a lot of the water slides were pretty unique and fun, and it was just a good day. And I got a shirt.
Yeah. But that kind of ended early because, you know, the storm and stuff. So we had to leave
It
pretty
wasn't
early.
that early. We got most of the day done, and we drew all the rides.
Well, yeah, that was pretty nice. And then, finally, what would you rate the trip overall from 1 to 10?
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Alright, so you had a good time, right?
Yep.
Do you feel like it was a good part of your oral family history?
Yep.
Alright, thank you for your time, Tyler.
Of course. Can't wait. Get out.
Alright, bro.
Love you, man.
Hi. What is your name in relation to Cameron and me?
My name is Kenny Savnon. I'm Cameron's father.
How old were you during the trip of Indian Head vacation that we took in August of 2018, and how old are you now?
It should have been
Like 4 years ago.
36, 37. I'm 41 right now.
Alright. And then, how well do you remember the trip to Indian Head?
Pretty vividly.
Can you briefly describe your experience there from your point of view, from like start to finish?
First, it was the most amazing views driving there. That was the first thing I remember. It was just the mountains and the horizon on those roads on the way up there. And just being up there was just so nice. Just felt like, you know, we went like an area that looked like rapids. We went on those little pedal boats, and we just had a log cabin right on the mountain. It was pretty cool.
Alright. And then, what was like the most memorable, or like your favorite moment or moments from the trip?
Well, you gotta say Whalestail. We did Whalestail on the second day. That's pretty much part of the Indian Head trip.
Yeah.
Was Whalestail. So that was pretty awesome. They had a lot of cool different rides there because we always like going to a lot of different amusement parks and different water slide parks, and I definitely felt like it was a really cool, different one to go to. That I wouldn't mind going again maybe in the future.
Yeah. Do you feel as if it was like a good family bonding moment, and did you feel closer to everyone after, especially since like you rarely see Angelica and Brian, of course?
Yeah, that was nice to see them because I haven't got to see my sister too much in my life because she lives in Florida. So it was nice having her come up and visit. getting her to spend time with my kids too.
And then, well, you already kind of explained this, but how was Whale's Tail? It's nice, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Because everyone kind of split up afterwards. They went rapid river rafting. And then, overall, how would you rate the trip from 1 to 10, finally?
I'd say, yeah, I don't see why I couldn't say 10. I guess things could always be better, but they were as good. There was nothing that happened that was wrong or bad. Everything went smoothly, and I had a great time. Probably definitely one of the funnest trips I've ever been to in my life.
Alright, thank you for your time, Dad.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name in relation to me, Cameron?
Hi, I'm Cheese, and I'm your first cousin, aka your favorite.
Okay, so as you know, we took the trip to Indian Head in August of 2018. How old were you during the trip, and how old are you now?
I was 9 years old or 8, around there, and I'm 13 now.
Okay, nice. How well do you remember the trip there? Because I know you were only 8, and it's kind of hard to remember.
Out of 1 out of 10, I'd say about a 4. I remember a couple of things.
Okay. Can you briefly describe what you remember from, like, your point of view from, like, start to finish of the trip?
We'll start, obviously, the drive there, and I went there before, so I remember, I want to say we went to our hotel, which was, I want to say, near this basketball court on, like, a different side of it. And then, let me see. And then I remember I had grape Kool-Aid, I want to say, and I put in a shot glass and called it vodka. Drank it, and then I remember going paddle boating with Isabel, your sister. And then we saw, like, I think it was a turtle in there. And then I remember the ice cream. I remember eating ice cream. And I remember going up the tower. And I remember taking a photo on the tikis, going to the tiki tent. But, yeah.
Alright. What was, like, the most memorable or favorite moment that you had in the entire Indian Head part of the trip?
Rather going up the tower or the paddle boats.
Do you feel as if it was a good family bonding moment, and did you feel closer to everyone after the trip? Like, you know, my mom, my dad, Tyler, Isabel, Angelica, Brian, all of them.
Well, probably Angelica and Brian, but I was already close to you guys a lot then, because I always used to go to your guys' house. You guys would always go to our house because we lived in Middletown. Like, every Sunday we would have parties. So I wouldn't say I felt closer to you guys, more of Angelica and Brian, because I don't see them a lot, but we don't see them a lot because they live in Florida.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, nice. Yeah, I agree. And then, we kind of split up after we left the Indian Head Resort, and you guys went river rafting. How was that?
Wasn't bad. I remember we had this dude as our, like, captain who, like, led it. His name was Joe, and I was, like, I would say about an 8.5. Wasn't bad. I remember we had this dude as our, like, captain who, like, led it. His name was Joe, and I was, like, the youngest, so he let me pick the name of, like, what our thing would be. And I was thinking of Phoenix because I really liked Phoenixes a lot at that age, but I picked Team Joe, and so that's what we were. We were just Team Joe. And at stops, we were allowed to go in the water, and I was the only one that wanted to go into the water, and it was freezing. And I remember he said that there was a rainbow trout and a brown trout that were normally in those waters. But, yeah, that was fun, though. But my mom kept on yelling at me because I kept on splashing her with the water because I didn't know much. But, yeah, I would say that's a pretty overall good.
Okay, nice. It seems pretty fun. And then, how was the trip overall, like the entire thing from 1 to 10 finally?
I would say about an 8.5.
All right, thanks for your time, Chase.
Of course.